Hi, I'm Greg Anderson, president of Inspiration Point. Since the early 1960s, Inspiration Point has been a place where thousands of people have entered into a relationship with God, strengthened their faith walk, and grown as leaders. The shores of Spitzer Lake have been home to uproarious laughter, unmistakable joy, important talks, moments of solitude, and much memory making. Throughout the summer and continuing this fall, Spitzer Lake has continued to rise. We fought against this rising water all along. The water has risen so much that despite our efforts, it has severely impacted our small peninsula and several of the buildings. Currently, thousands of sandbags stand guard along the front lawn, and pumps hum constantly trying to keep up with advancing waters. In this year alone, we've already spent $50,000 of non-budgeted money fighting this flood that seemingly will not relent. Water covers vast areas of camp, as you can see, covers an interior road, the floors of several buildings, and continually seeps into others. Our staff has worked relentlessly to protect the camp as best we can. Scores of volunteers have jumped in to help, and in fact, we've taken this fight as far as we're able. Conversations with local and regional government, engineers, and our neighbors have not provided any fixes that can diminish the impact of the high water, especially in a timely fashion. We've wondered if we could bring in hundreds of cubic yards of fill like we did 8 years ago, but because of the intense underground water pressure and height of our current structures, it's not a viable solution. We've looked into and continue to explore the possibility of lowering the level of the lake by pumping it and draining it, but this will take probably a minimum of 2 years just to initiate. The lake level stands more than 36 inches above the ordinary high level, which the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources defines as the boundary of a water basin. Even if we were to receive all the necessary permissions to pump the lake, we would have to move nearly 750 million gallons of water just to get back to that ordinary high, and it would still be high. In addition to this, a winter with just average snowfall is going to add at least 5 inches of water to the lake. Unfortunately, we've run out of time and options, and a difficult yet necessary decision had to be made. The board of directors and staff agreed that summer ministry at Spitzer Lake has to be suspended this coming summer. This grieves us terribly. We do intend to continue our host of retreats and rental groups this fall and winter until the spring thaw makes it impossible for us to continue to operate. We're so sorry for the inconvenience that this causes, and we'll continue to do our best to try to minimize the impact felt by this trying situation. Now, despite what's happening at Spitzer Lake, we're abundantly thankful for our new property, Inspiration Point at Twin Oaks, that will open this coming June. Our staff is working tirelessly to increase our originally projected capacity at Twin Oaks so that we can provide a full range of camps there this coming summer for all ages. We are absolutely committed to serving as many people as possible at this beautiful new site. What would we do without it? We see and we're grateful for God's provision of this new property that lies only 12 miles east of Spitzer Lake. Twin Oaks site will have all the things you've come to appreciate and expect from Inspiration Point. Tasty food, an exceptional staff, unwavering commitment to the gospel. There will also be some activities that we could never accomplish at the Spitzer Lake site, and program events too. We'll unveil more of those in the coming months. I know there were many campers who, when they heard about the new property opening next summer, wished that they could go to camp there. We never suspected it would be for these reasons, but now they can. In order to accommodate as many kids as possible and so that we can serve as many family campers as we can, we've had to build a brand new summer calendar. Watch for an email arriving in the next couple days that will provide full details. In short, those of you who have already registered for camp next summer will have a window of time until November 27th for youth camps to switch your registration to the camp of your choice at Twin Oaks before any new registrations are taken. After the 27th, we'll open our registration process again for everyone. For family campers who had registered last summer, Your window will be open until December 15th to adjust if necessary. Again, more information will arrive within a couple days via email. Now, you may be wondering what you can do to help. As you can imagine, we have a tremendous amount of work to complete to get the new camp ready for next summer. And with this development, we have a lot more. Here are some ways you can partner with us. First of all, you can pray. That is incredibly important. Secondly, you can volunteer. It's going to take armies of people helping us move our critical elements from our Spitzer Lake site to Twin Oaks. For example, much of the contents of our shop here at Spitzer needs to be moved to Twin Oaks before the lake floods the building. We have grounds to prepare, buildings to paint, and lots of work that is frankly just going to require a lot of hands. You can also donate. As I mentioned earlier, we've already spent $50,000 that wasn't in our budget for this flood. There's much more work that has to be done in order to protect the assets at this Spitzer Lake site and to increase capacity at our Twin Oaks site. We will be reaching out to you soon to provide you with an opportunity to partner with us with a financial donation. In my 30 years, I have never had an emergency fundraising event until now. We just didn't see this coming. It snuck up on us, really, just a couple of weeks ago. We've had high water, but nothing like we're experiencing right now. And while I'm so sorry that we're in the position of having to make this decision, we see God's hand working, even in this situation. It may feel as though it's out of our control, and it is, but it's not out of God's control. You have our word that we're going to do our very best as we plan for an exciting summer at our new property, Inspiration Point at Twin Oaks. We hope to see you there.